What a great line. Consider yourself privileged and behave accordingly.
Oh, you're talking to Emmett?
Yeah.
It is held that all civil organizations should conduct their affairs with total transparency, and the Convocation is no exception. But that doesn't mean we are obligated to show our work to unknown entities such as you. Consider yourself privileged and behave accordingly. Yep, that's on brand. What's Hithlo got to say? As I click on your Pit Vipers. Though I see new creations on a daily basis, here they look at them with a different eye. It'll be interesting to observe Hermes at work. Oh, there you go. Medion has real eager puppy energy.
Bring on Hermes.
Oh, fine.
Knives apart.
Fine, now Kyle gets to be the one who's like, Garrett, will you stop reading optional dialogue already?
No.
Will you stop? If everyone is ready, there are a few creations I need to check on. First, we shall return to the spot where we found our wayward Ambystoma. There's an M in there. Have care when you step outside a hub, for there may be more unruly creatures about. Sherm Tanky in all caps says, Kyle, let Garrett have this. He's earned it.
Happy birthday.
Oh, yes, more. I'm just going to follow. I'm going to do what Kyle does.
Yeah, do it. Well,
All vim and vigor now. When we were discussing his nomination, he was melancholy incarnate. That was it. That's all Evan had to tell me. This here is a new species of Petaloda we recently set loose. It has been doing very well, managing to maintain a stable existence thus far. If it can see its observation period to the end without issue, we shall release it unto the world. Tell me, do you know the difference between living beings and arcane entities? It is the presence of a soul. Yet the soul isn't something you can choose to have at will. No, it manifests only in those beings whose forms adhere to the laws of creation, that can endure on their own. Beings that do not fulfill this requirement, such as those spontaneously born of magic or natural phenomena, do not have souls. No matter how much it might resemblance flora or fauna, if it lacks a soul, then it is considered an arcane entity. So you see, it is not for mankind to decide what is living. That domain lies beyond our manipulation, and it is hubris to assume otherwise. But come, let us head to the nearby beacon. I've received a report that arcane entities have gathered there. And he just disappeared.
well, yeah.
That's how Endwalker ends.
Yep.
Hermes just phases
Hermes
out.
just disappeared.
And Tuna got on a behemoth and everyone died. Hey everyone, and welcome to our Clips and Highlights channel. If you want to keep up with everything Kyle and I have going on, make sure you subscribe to the main Grinding Gear YouTube channel, which is where we actually do these streams. That's right, we stream right here on YouTube. Oh, and sub to the Grinding Gear podcast. Apple, Google, Spotify, really any podcast platform. We're probably there. Thanks. Oh, Hithlo is complimenting me.
Yeah. I'm just happy to see it.
Full on odd couple, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
Emmett being like, we're stuck with this thing, and Hithlo being like, you're so cool. Oh, no.
Yep. Put that on screen.
Oh, no.
Put that on screen.
Oh, no. 1 second, everybody. Genji, what have you done? What have you done? Okay, everybody, we've just been sent new fan art from Genji. Why does it say Garrett, not Tuna?
Because it's you. It's your birthday.
Why am I so little?
Did you put your birthday in game as your real birthday?
I don't. You think I remember that?
No, I remember. I did mine. Yeah.
I mean, probably.
Yeah. There it is.
Oh my word.
Beautiful.
Oh my word. Also, while we're sharing art, Genji, I feel like this must end up in this room at some point. I was freaking moved. If you don't follow Teal Waters on Twitter, I guess they've informed me I should warn people it is an NSFW account at times, but I was moved by this piece. Fit to screen. Did you see this?
I did see that on Twitter. That's awesome.
God, the favorite representation of my hair ever. Just the best. Ah, yes. Lightning Numa, just as the report said.
What?
Numa, Kyle.
Ah.
Although we call this structure a beacon due to its form, it's in fact a magical device. By manipulating the balance of elements, it keeps the isle airborne and maintains the climate thereupon. Oh, it sure would be a shame if something were to happen to the thing that keeps this island afloat. Oh, is that like the lighthouse thing we're standing behind? In the course of its operation, it often sees an internal shift toward a given element. Right now, that element is lightning, which draws the Numa here to replenish their ether. It appears Medion is busy. Would you care to assist me in her stead and feed the Numa? Are you laughing every time I say Numa?
Yeah.
I mean, how else would you pronounce that?
I think you're right.
By using this lightning converter, you can harness ambient lightning and focus it into a ball. A veritable feast for our dazzling friends. Go on, give it a try. What?
Lightning bolt. Right here. Lightnings, I guess. Use the lightning.
Oh! I see.
Oh, I target the ground.
There's a destination.
Lightning conversion. Target missed. Okay, but the destination over here first. Apparently. Lightning converter.
Oh, I get it. You aim at the destination.
Oh, I see.
Do you even game? Are you a gamer, Kyle? Are
Um,
you a real gamer?
you know, in the extremes when the boss is there, but sometimes
But when it's chill, you just kind of let your mind
I just
wander.
kind of let it fly.
Goodness gracious, great balls of lightning. Ooh, cutscene time. Perfectly done, Tune and Val. Look. See how they gather to feed? How they express themselves through their actions despite their lack of words. Speech is not the sole defining characteristic of a thinking, feeling creature. What about a hearing creature? We missed hearing.
I see what you did.
Nor is silence an indication that they do not possess these qualities. Be it a soulless arcane entity such as the Numa, or an ephemeral life form, such as the Petalauda, all seek to perpetuate their existence, or perpetuate, to survive. Interesting that it gives us an option. I'm going with living being.
Yeah, same.
A good question. I can answer it from a theoretical standpoint, but it ultimately falls to the Bureau of the Architect to pass judgment. Those with exceptional visions, such as Hythlodeus, may be able to ascertain her true nature, but to me it doesn't matter. She is herself, and that is all I need to know.
Oh, you finished already? I'm sorry. I was in the way?
Not to worry, my dear. They miss nothing of note, and we still have plenty of work for them to observe. Next, we will head east to the Morning Dew. I need to speak with some observers there. After that, can we go to the Mountain Dew?
Hermes, would you please stop making monster girls? It's getting quite embarrassing.
I can only explain it to Hythlodeus so many times. He's starting to get concerned.
No, I'm okay with it. The convocation, however,
Oh? Oh?
frowns upon monster girls.
I forgot I was on a behemoth. This thing is so muscular.
It's such a embarrassment of testosterone.
Listen, I do not advocate for modding. However, I would pay good money for a mod that every time I summon my behemoth, it just goes, ooh yeah! Ooh yeah!
Beware the sneeze.
The sneeze?
Yeah. I mean, it is interesting, you know? Like, they've got all the creatures. I mean, really, the most we know about how things came to be was the Emperor's speech, and that's not exactly trustworthy.
That guy doesn't know jack. Just what Emmett told him.
Just making shit up.
And Emmett was probably just lying to him for amusement.
Yeah, who knows? Pretending to be his grandpa. Well, I guess he was his grandpa.
Emmett and, who would be hanging out with? Elidibus? Emmett and Elidibus. And then I told him that we would all be rejoined and it would totally work out in their favor. It was hilarious. You wouldn't believe it. He fought it hook, line, and sinker.
Who am I? Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that. So then I told him.
You be Elidibus, I'll be Emmett. So, hey, Elidibus. Hey, over here, buddy. What did you do? What did you tell him when you were in Xenos' body? What'd you tell him?
Where the shit am I? Who are you people?
You were in Xenos' body. Tell me, how are you screwing with Varys? I got him so good this weekend.
I died outside his door so he couldn't get out. It's great. Jumped another clone. It's fine.
Ha! Classic.
Beavis Yig Elvis.
I think I win, though. You know what I did like 300 years ago? I convinced the entire country they should jam gems into their forehead or they would be excommunicated.
Ripping good laugh.
All right, Hermes, let's go. Are you recording?
I am.
I thought that was somebody's mount.
Amazing, is it not? The Ampelos, one of our newest subjects.
Call it whatever you want.
So going all the way back to all the shit we were fighting in Realm Reborn, it was just
Yep.
made by the ancients.
It's a fine excuse, too, why the first has similar creatures.
So, how are we coming along?
Oh.
Whole patch of them.
This place is Elpis. Those flowers. Elpis.
Would it have killed you to give them a unique name?
Entelekis.
I'm fine with it.
They are a product of Elpis, and so named for their birthplace. A happy accident, born of the hands of a former researcher who loved beautiful blossoms. Unique for how they change color, to reflect the emotional state of those nearby. Though be it here or elsewhere, they are seldom seen in any hue save purest white.
Reflect the emotional state, you say? By what means do they achieve this?
In creation, there exists an energy wholly apart from ether, one driven by emotions.
Oh, here you go.
In like manner to how we manipulate ether, this flower is subject to the influence of said energy.
Do they have the
But
same
it has
name
no
for
will
it?
of its own. It is sensitive to the prevailing emotion in the vicinity, and reacts by altering its color and vibrancy.
Akasha? It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory.
In case you
Though
don't
a gross
run a
oversimplification,
YouTube where you scour
some
back
describe
over
it as
all
an
the
essence
cutscenes regularly.
Influenced by feeling.
Balloon bouncing around behind me.
Akasha. Though I'm not familiar with the term, your description suggests it is the self-same energy.
Great, we altered the past.
Dynamis, we call it.
Oh, never mind.
And those entities like the Elpis flower that have the ability to interact with this energy, converting emotions into tangible phenomena, are Entelekis.
That's me! That's me! An Enteleki!
That you are, my dear. And no ordinary one at that, but the first possessed of free will.
Wait. A form of energy other than ether? Dynamis?
This is the first
I've
time it's
never
heard
heard
of
of such a thing.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Hardly surprising. Dynamis cannot be seen, much less felt. And though its existence has long been theorized, we had no proof until the flower's serendipitous creation. What's more, Dynamis is far weaker than ether. Under normal circumstances, its effects are drowned out by the latter. On account of which, beings comprised of and reliant upon the ether, like you and I, are unable to make practical use of Dynamis. 'Tis a truly esoteric thing, known to but a select few scholars.
Intriguing. Then, given the limitations you described, why create Meteon?
Our star, Aetheris, is especially rich in ether, so much so that its name is derived from it. However, when we consider all energy in existence here and in the vast space beyond, Dynamis may account for as much as 68.3%.
It's like
The more
dark
abundant
matter.
form by far. Were we able to control it, we could open the door to limitless possibilities. 'Tis not unlike a gently flowing stream, unable to break through the dam of ether barring its path. But if we could imbue the stream with the vigor of a raging river... Not that I have such grand ambitions.
Sure
No,
sounds like
not
you
naturally.
do.
Nay,
So
I merely wish to create a
she's
being
the
that
first
could
brick on
traverse
the
the great
path to
expanse.
Zodiac?
The relative scarcity of ether beyond the bounds of this star was a concern. And so, I looked to another source of energy by necessity.
Nothing could go wrong.
That being Dynamis. No wonder her ether is so thin.
Precisely.
Yours is thin too. Like an Enteleki. Like me.
In fact, a hell of a time to go get a drink.
So, are we the same? Entelekis.
Sure. Why not?
I love the second option. The third option is freaking hilarious, though. Oh, when the universe gives you the option to nag Emmett Silk, it is difficult not to take it.
I'm very curious about the second one.
Well, then I'll take the third, and you let me know how the second goes.
Sounds good.
3, 2, 1, diverge.
Well, aren't we ungrateful? Mayhap I should revert you to the pathetic, faded thing you were.
I was also insulted.
Did not disappoint.
A deficit of ether alone does not an Enteleki make. It would, however, make it easier for you to interact with Dynamis. And limited though its influence may be, this quality could prove the difference between victory and defeat. You do well not to underestimate it.
Oh, I'm sorry, are we boring you?
Oh dear. I'd forgotten about the poor fella. You must excuse me a moment while I go and verify a few more things.
Lives apart. All right, Kyle. Sorry, but we have to do the wall of Akasha or Dynamis. Which do you prefer?
Oh, wow. I mean, Dynamis is a little more roll off the tongue, even though I just messed it up.
It is easier for me to say
Yeah.
Dynamis. Akasha... I think Akasha sounds cooler. I think I like Akasha more. It's more fun to say, too. Dynamis is more in my vocabulary, though.
Dynamis and enchiladas.
Yeah.